make sure I'm recording this. Okay, so our career and internship fair is on March 3rd. It's next week on Thursday, and it starts at 9 a.m. and it goes all the way to 4 p.m. So at 9 a.m., what we have is a virtual welcome reception for students and all the company representatives. And our interim president will be speaking, giving a short welcome message, and then also we will go over some of the fair logistics. So you can join that meeting through Zoom, and the link is listed there. You can join with that Fresno State .zoom.us link, or you can just type in the bit.ly bit.ly/fair welcome into your browser, and then you will be able to join and watch the welcome reception. And then the rest of the fair will be held on Higher Fresno State. So if you are not familiar with Higher Fresno State, it's our online job portal for especially for Fresno State students. So companies who want to specifically hire our students will post all of their positions on there. And the easiest way, if you don't already have a Higher Fresno State account and you don't have access to it, the easiest way, the best way for you to get into your Higher Fresno State account is through your My Fresno State portal. I know that has gone through a little bit of change recently, so just to make sure everyone know where to find it, so you click on Campus Systems in your My Fresno State portal, and then you will see the Higher Fresno State tile. And when you click on that, if it's your first time, it will ask you to fill out your profile information. And make sure you try and fill it out as best as you can, because that helps when company representatives and recruiters are looking at our students. They're trying to figure out, who to hire. As if you fill out more of the profile information, the best you're able to match with the employer. So make sure you do that. And the profile information, you can update that at any time when you get into your Higher Fresno State account. So once you log in, this is what it will look like. And then you see the menu on the left-hand side here. When you are just searching for a job, if you're not attending a fair, you will use this job search function that's here. And if you click on that, you can browse through all the jobs that's right now listed on Higher Fresno State. So right now there are 431 jobs that are listed. You can save jobs, you can star them, you can start an application process and save it, and then go back to it when you're ready. So all of that is on here, but today's focus is on the events section. So when you're in your dashboard, you can either click here on the left-hand side menu to click the events, or if you scroll all the way down, you should see the events here as well under the My Events section. So right here, you see Career and Internship Fair Spring 2021. So this is the event that's happening next week. So if you click on that, you will see, you can scroll down here and then you will see the event tile here. One note that's important for everyone is, especially if you are just signing up for a Higher Fresno State account, your account will need to be activated. It will need to be approved before you're able to see the events or apply for jobs. So give our office about 12 to 24 hours to do that. So I encourage you to sign up today, and so that you will be all set and ready to go by the time it is the fair. So once your account is activated and approved, you will be able to see the tile here, the event tile, and you click on it. And then you will be able to see some general information. So for you to be able to view the event, you need to go to the lobby. So you can click here, the button here, or the button that's right here. It says go to lobby. And then this is the page, the career fair lobby that I was showing you at the beginning of the presentation today. So here in the career fair lobby, you can see some general information. So just basic event descriptions. We have the schedule of events that I kind of went over, just the first section. And then on here on the right-hand side, if you scroll down, you will see a list of all the companies that are attending. But before we look at that, let's look at this section on top here, this menu bar that's on top. So I think one thing that's important for all of us is to try the test video call button. So everything for the fair will be here on this platform. So you won't have to click on separate links. You won't need different addresses to web addresses to access your meeting with the employers, but everything will be here on Hire Fresno State. And you can test the video call and make sure that you have a good connection. When you click on that link, a new screen would pop up. Let me share that with you. And so this is what you will see. And this is the same screen that will pop up when it's when you have signed up for a slot and you're meeting with an employer. So you will see, you can check your audio level. You can unmute yourself. It's asking me to use permission to use my microphone so you can see the audio level, and then you can also check your video camera. And then so you'll be able to see yourself here. And then also you're going to be able to chat and ask questions if you have any questions. So this is just for you to test your internet capabilities. It tells you your network quality and also test your video and audio and make sure it works before the event. I would say this and encourage you. This is the first impression that you are making with an employer. And so I would, just like an in-person job fair, I encourage you to dress professionally. Right now I am trying to set an example to, wear a tie and a suit. If you are able to dress up, I highly encourage you to do that. And also watch out for your background. So unfortunately with this platform, we're not able to customize our background. So make sure that it's neat, make sure that it's presentable. And I think, being in this new world, employers probably, they do understand, there are some, sometimes there are limiting circumstances. Not everybody has a nice background, has a nice office. All that to say is just make sure you keep it professional. Try not to make it so that it's too messy, and make sure that you are presentable. In normal circumstances, we have our clothing closet where you can go and find professional clothing for you to attend the fair. But right now we don't have that right now. So just try and dress as best as you can. If you identify as a male, wear a collared shirt, a jacket if you're able, a tie if you're able to, and if you identify as female, dress professionally, a blouse or something like that. That would be great. So now, yeah, let's go back to the lobby of the fair. I see that there are some questions. One is, do you need to have a resume uploaded to meet with an employer? We'll go over that, and Mary is trying to answer that question as well. So we'll continue to look here on the top here. So there's a manage text settings. So what this is basically, it gives you another way to be notified and to be connected with employers. So this is totally optional. You do not have to do this. But when you do, you can put in your cell phone number here, and then it will send you messages for regarding the event. If employers want to reschedule, they might text you so that they can get a hold of you quickly. And of course, your carrier texting fees would apply, but I think right now most people will have free unlimited texting, but just a disclaimer. So that's optional. And right now, I don't think you will need to worry about these here. So this is the lobby, and then now let's look at the organizations. So here on the right-hand side here, sometimes if your browser is not big enough, when you get to the page, the lobby page, it will just look like this, and you won't see the sidebar. So make sure you click on the show and hide sidebar here to see the companies. So here you see 3 buttons. There are my signups, organization lists, and then all the jobs that are posted. So right now there are, it says 52, but it's actually 50 organizations that are attending this fair right now. And if you scroll down, you will see all of the companies that are here. I will focus on, let's see. Focus on one of our employers, which is CED, Consolidated Electrical Distributors. They are one of our sponsors for the event. And basically when you go into their booth, you will see this page. You will find some information that they have put in here. And CED also put in a link for a video for some general description. I would highly encourage you to look at that. We are at the process of updating all of the company booths. So, some of them have this information now, but eventually they all should have this information that's on here. And then on the right-hand side here, you will see the time slots that are available. And you can, according to your schedule, you can pick a time that fits your schedule. So one thing to note is that these time slots are 15 minutes, and they have a 5-minute break afterwards. So from 9:40 to 9:55, a 5-minute break, and then 10 to 10:15. And this allows you to meet with the employer representatives one-on-one. And also here up here, you will be able to see if the organization has listed any jobs. I know CED is posting their jobs soon. And when they have it posted, you will be able to see it here. And I'll show you an example of that later on. And then also employers can upload different documents. So maybe flyers and more information about their organizations. They have the option to upload that here, and you can read this information here. And I would encourage all of you to do your research and study all of this information that the employers have provided before you meet with the representatives, because 15 minutes is really not a lot of time. If you are able to glean as much information first, then it will allow you to ask appropriate questions when you are with the representatives. So let's say now I'm looking at the time slots, and I am available at 9:40, so I sign up for that slot. And then what happens is the screen will pop up, and it will ask you to select or upload a resume. So this is a requirement to meet with one of the employers, as one of the questions that was asked in the chat box. So you can upload a resume here, or you can select one that you have already uploaded. So you can upload a few different resumes if you want. And then you can click on the one that you choose for this specific company that you want to meet with. So you click sign up, and then you can, again, you can set your text settings. I'm going to skip over that. And you will see here under your Hire Fresno State here that you have the start video call button. So click on this button when it is this time, when it is the time for your appointment. One thing I wanted to note also, if we go back to the lobby, is that there are information sessions. So some companies have decided to give a half-hour presentation about their opportunities, about their company. And if you're interested in attending one of these information sessions that are listed here, you go and find the company. So say I am interested in the applied behavior consultants information session, and then I can go to the booth. And then one thing to note is that the information sessions will be all the way down in the bottom. So here it says schedule 1, so that's an interview schedule. If you scroll all the way down, you will see the information session button here, and you can click on sign up. Oh, I'm signing up for a same time slot, so it's giving me a sign up conflict, but you get the general idea. So the information session is down here all the way in the bottom, so make sure you check that out if you're interested in attending one of the information session. So yeah, that's a great way for you to yeah, just find more information about the company. So let's look at another organization here. Let's look at, let's see, I will look at Cintas. So if you scroll down here, you see Cintas. Right now, they already have a job that's linked to the booth. So you can see that by going to the booth, and then you will see here, organization jobs. There is a job here. And then you can directly click on job details, and a new screen will pop up. And then it will give you more information about the job. And then you can also apply and save star or hot lists the job here. Yeah, and then you can go back to the events. So now let's sign up for a slot at 10 a.m. I'm uploading a resume, and I'm skipping the text option. And then, so now let's go back to, here, let's look at this section here too. So you can go back to the lobby, but you can also email the employer. What you can do is, email them if you have any specific questions, or just even a quick note to say, hi, I am, so-and-so, junior in so-and-so major, and I am scheduled to meet with you today at 10 a.m. and I'm looking forward to that meeting. So even if it's something like that, that would be great. So here is also a drop resume section. So if you maybe there are no more time slots left, but you still want to tell the employer that you are interested. So you can email the employer this way, and then also drop your resume in their virtual booth, in Cintas virtual booth, and they will be able to get your resume and also consider you, even though you weren't able to sign up for a time slot. This add note sections, I think, is just a notes for yourself, and nobody else will be able to see it. So it's just a add note for yourself as you do research for these companies. And if you are interested in different companies and you want to keep track, you can always star the booths that you're interested in, and then you'll be able to see it that way. So now you have done all of your research, you have signed up for all of your slots. So now it's the day of the fair. When you log in, after the welcome session, you can go to this button here in the lobby, the My Signups. So in the My Signup section here, now you will see all of the different slots that you have signed up for, all in one place. So then at 9:30, you start video call to go to Applied Behavior Consultants information session. And then at 9:40, you click on this start video call button, and the video screen will pop up, the one that I was showing you in the beginning. When you do the test video call, the same screen will pop up, and you'll be able to interview with or chat with a representative from CED. And then at 10 o'clock, here's my scheduled session with Syntest. So everything will be conveniently in one place, and you can access it in the event lobby. I wanted to also note, an important note is that we've found that the platform works best with Google Chrome browser or Firefox. So make sure you try to use one of those two browsers for this for the fair. We found that it goes the most smooth when you use one of these browsers. It gives you the best experience without any tech hiccups if you choose to use Google Chrome or Firefox. So that's the basic of the career fair. Let's pause here for a minute and take some questions. So far with what I have shown you, does anyone have any questions? There's a question, it's a great question. Can I sign up the day of the event, or do I need to sign up ahead of time? I highly encourage everyone to sign up ahead of time, but you can also sign up on the day of the event. On the day of the event, there is a slight chance that the recruiters will not see that you have signed up last minute. We're trying to make sure that the recruiters are refreshing their browsers and rechecking their schedules constantly so that they will be able to see any updates. But if you sign up the day of, there is a chance that the recruiters won't know that you have signed up. So I highly encourage everyone to sign up beforehand, but you can also sign up and attend on the day of the fair as well. I would say for something like the information sessions, then sign up the day of, that's fine. But for the one-on-one sessions, I highly encourage everyone to sign up ahead of time. Any other questions? Is there a possibility that the employer don't show up? Yes, there is always that possibility. But we've been trying to communicate with our employers who are attending to make sure that they check and recheck again their appointment slots so that they won't miss any of the appointments. Again, I think the best way to avoid that is to sign up ahead of time so that the employers can see the day before or the afternoon before even, or the morning, very morning of, they could see that, this is their schedule. Their schedule is filled up with these students at these specific times so that the employers will be there when at this time that you signed up for. But we cannot control everything. Sometimes there might be technical difficulties. Sometimes something will happen with the employer and they might not show up to your appointment slot. In that case, I suggest that you send them an email. So, like I showed you, if you go to the booth, you can see email employer. And you can email them directly and say, I signed up for this time slot, but somehow I missed you and we weren't able to connect. I am still really interested in your organization and your opportunities. Here's my resume. If possible, can we schedule a different time to meet? so I would suggest for you to do that if for some reason you sign up for a time and the employer doesn't show up. Any other questions? Yeah, so I mean, as you are thinking about questions, let me just kind of go over some, basics of job fair. Like I said, you want this is one of your first impressions. You want to make sure that you are presentable and your resume is polished. I highly recommend all of you to drop in the our virtual cafe, the Career Center's virtual cafe. If you go to our website, which is fresnostate.edu/careers, you will be able to see a banner here. So this is the banner for our fair. And then here is a link for the virtual career cafe. And one of our career peer mentors is there to kind of give you a quick look over of your resume to make sure that it's the most polished, and so that you're ready to meet with the recruiter. Also, one thing that I would suggest is, especially given these booths that are here, I would encourage you to check out the companies beforehand, ones that you're interested in, especially, and research. Make sure you do your research. Why do you want to talk to these organizations, representatives? What is it about their opportunities that attract you? Try and study ahead of time and make sure you know about the organization before you meet with them. So they have some organization information here. Sometimes they have websites and email addresses. Some of them have videos that are linked in the booth. So make sure you check out that information first. And then just some other general tips about the time that you're meeting one-on-one with the representatives. It could be daunting. It could, especially, when you're not used to settings like that, where you have to talk to a company recruiter one-on-one. I would say some advice would be relax, just be yourself, try not to be too nervous. And especially if you are prepared ahead of time, I can assure you, you will be fine. So make sure that you prepare ahead of time. And I would suggest also maybe a good thing to do is come up with questions that you have, so that way you will be able to ask good questions that when you're meeting with the employer representatives during your 15-minute time slot. And make sure your questions aren't questions that could be answered from their information that they have provided here. That would just make you look like you didn't prepare well and you didn't read ahead of time. So make sure you research them and ask good questions good questions that will help you stand out, that will help you know more about the organization, about the opportunities that they're hiring for, and things like that. Any other questions, concerns? I am going to allow Mary and then also allow Sheila to talk. You don't have to show your camera. Mary and Sheila are are part of our staff at the Career Center. And if you have anything to add, you can feel free to speak up. Sheila made a comment about in the chat about the Career Success Guide, and let me show you where that is. So this is the Career Center's website. If you scroll down here to the middle of the page, you'll see the Career Success Guide here. You can go to full screen and look at it that way, or you can download a copy, the PDF copy. And then as you scroll through, there are a lot of helpful information that could help you. So let's go to a full screen section. I know it will still be hard for you to read, but yeah, make sure you go to the Career Center's website and look through this. So if you scroll through here, there are helpful guides on how to write a resume. There's checklists and some power verbs that you can use, and then also a worksheet for you to get started on your resume, and then also some sample resumes that you can look at for different fields. So engineering, psychology here, et cetera, et cetera.
I will add, Damien, there are some interview questions on what to ask employers in this career success guide too that are helpful, as well as questions they may ask you.
Great.
So take a look at that career success guide on our website. It's full of helpful information.
Great, thank you, Sheila. Yeah, so here are some, this is for interviewing, but I would say it applies for the job fair as well. Some tips on how to prepare, how to dress, and then some interview questions that are here. There's even, this page on acing an online interview, and I would say all of these tips apply as well for when you attend a career fair. So here are some questions that you can brainstorm as you're doing your research to ask employer questions, questions that you should avoid, and things like that. So make sure you look at the Career Success Guide, and it can help you prepare for the day of the fair.
Damien, and hello everybody, this is Mary. And what I wanted to share with you is some things not to do. So a couple things, as Damien mentioned, be prepared, know what the company does, know about their products and services or who they serve. And additionally, don't ever, please don't ask about salary or benefits at this point. It's not a good thing to do. So, and rather off-putting to the recruiter. So just focus on how your skills, knowledge, and experience fit with the needs of that company, and you'll do great.
I agree. Thank you, Mary, for that tip for all of you. Any other questions or comments about the fair? If there aren't any more questions, we can wrap up at this point. I will stop the recording.